Hello, welcome along to Eclipse Motorcycles' first test ride of this, which is going to be the LSZ Euro 5.5, otherwise known as the Cyclone. If you've not watched the walk around video, go and do so first. We are going to take this out, we're going to do a test ride on it first, and it's going to be quite a long test ride on this, so we will see you in a few once we're back on the road and we've clocked up a few miles. So welcome back on the test ride, and currently we are 4.5 miles in, and now I've got to have a decent feel of the bike rather than a quick 2-mile test drive. What's it actually feel like? Well, it's a weird seating position. It's very comfortable, but it's really weird. So I'm dead bolt upright, I'm tucked nicely into the tank, my knees down there right into where it should be on the tank, but my feet are slightly stepped back in a sports bike style, which is weird, but it feels very comfortable on the legs. It's a really nice seating position on this. Hands are slightly lower, obviously, so it's not a dead straight as if you were riding an enduro or a cruiser or your standard road bike. So your bars are a little bit lower, but leg position is right back here. So slightly different on the seating position, but that little tail hump that you've got for your pillion does tuck you in nicely. And a lot of people have actually said, why do they put a little square behind the rider's seat on the pillion seat? Is it for something weird? No, it's actually to elevate your backside. If you move further, it just gets your bum higher in the air and gives you a better seating position on your cheeks. That's what it's for. So that's what the seat bump's for. But all your displays are there, everything you need. So obviously 5 litres gets you the reserve and 1 bar, and it obviously does show you that you've got a fuel light on. But once you've obviously topped the tank up, now this is a massive great tank. What we'll do somewhere about now, we'll put all the spec on the screen here, so what engine it is, what the wheel sizes are, 6-speed box, digital rev counter is at the bottom, obviously LED on that dash, everything is good. Your total mileage, and you've got your trip mileage, and obviously you've got your headlamp flash, but you do that when the ignition is on and with the bike not running. Now, to get it from miles an hour to kilometres or kilometres to mile an hour, turn it on and get it into the odo mode, the odometer on that display, and then all you do is push and hold on the pass light at the back. That will flick it over into miles an hour. It is a bit of a faff. There are no buttons on these clocks. Now this is known as the Cyclone, was formerly known as the LSZ. It still is, but it's also known as the Cyclone. But the riding position is really good. The mirrors, great view. I've literally got, I would say, about 10% of my arm in that mirror. I've got a massive view of the road behind off these mirrors, so nicely set mirrors on this. Very visual, and of course down the front, between the front of the tank, is a USB socket, 12-volt USB. Off to the right, that other little plug down there is your coolant top up. So it's very easy to look from the front of the bike, check your coolant level, but if you do need to top up, you haven't got to faff around like you do with the LXRs and the LXSs. You can straight in on that cap and top up at that cap, and it's a little rubber bung. Great idea. Now if you did that on the LXS and the LXR, it'd be brilliant. But aerodynamically, it's good. So let's give it my reach score while we're doing the ride test on this. So rideability, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 at the moment, because it does feel weird on my legs. It's sports bike seating but bolt upright, which is really weird for me. You may get used to it, but obviously I have 32-inch legs and I'm sat very comfortable. So if you happen to be a big rider, this would be ideal for you. If you happen to be a smaller rider, obviously your legs would come down a bit, but you could still touch the floor. I can touch this with bent legs, so very, very ergonomically designed for the body. Economy, well, they reckon they do average between 80 to 100 miles to the gallon, which is what all 125s do, so you can't beat it. 125 for miles an hour and mileage, give it a 10. Affordability. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. So, have a look at the website, but the price of this, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but it's very affordable. It's a lot cheaper than a lot of the bikes out there. So, I'm not going to give the game away. It's up to you to do the homework. Go to lexmoto.co.uk or lexmoto.com and have a look at the spec and price of this bike. My God, you're getting some bang for your buck with this one. Comfort though, I can't fault it. This seat, I'm bouncing around on it. The suspension is really good. I'd say it's mid to soft, so the suspension is really good. It soaks up the bumps. I am not going to moan about the comfort. So definitely a 10 out of 10 on that. As for the handling, yeah, I haven't ridden it that far yet, so we're only 7.5 miles in, but look at this, I can, brand new tyres, and I can just literally chuck it into the corner. 17-inch tyres, the bigger the tyre, the more easily it handles. So 17-inch tyres, all good. Rides absolutely brilliant. I'm going to give it a full-on 10. I am going to filter to the outside before we head back to the garage. Goes down through the box, 6-speed box, and it's just so fluid up and down through that box. Almost feels like I've got a quick shifter under my foot the way it changes gear. So, not going to fault that, give it a full 10 out of 10, and we're going to give that a whacking great 49 out of 50. For 7.5 miles in, this is a nice bike. And Lexmoto really upping their game on these new bikes that are coming up. We've got some more coming out, the R66, R66 Plus and the R66S, and they're all Euro 5.5 as well as this one. So, if you do fancy one of these, give the sales team at Eclipse Motorcycles a call, 01908 822 451, option 2 for the bike sales team. Or you can view the bike on the website along with all the videos at Eclipse Motorcycles MK, Stanson Milton Keynes.co.uk. We've got a few more miles to add on. We will end it up here, but we will see you on the next test ride from myself and the team at Eclipse Motorcycles. Be well, ride safe, and it's a big goodbye from me.